Every time you create an account, buy something online, or enter a giveaway, you hand another company your email, phone number, and maybe even your payment details. Data removal tools can help remove some of that information from the internet. But Cloaked has an even simpler solution. Stop giving websites your real information altogether and hand them dummy details instead. As you watch this Cloaked review, you'll learn that this only scratches the surface of what Cloaked is capable of. So stick around if you want to find out more. In a nutshell, Cloaked is an all-in-one online privacy platform that combines identity masking, password management, spam protection, data removal, breach monitoring, a VPN, and identity theft support. That's quite a package if you ask me. Anyway, it'll be easier to show you what some of these features actually do by signing up for an online service using Cloaked. So let's say you need to create an account for a new online store. Maybe you've been hesitant to make an Amazon account for whatever reason. With Cloaked, you can generate a unique email alias, a strong password, and a new phone number all in one place. All the necessary verification messages are sent to these aliases, keeping your real details completely hidden from Jeff Bezos. So if Amazon later experiences a data breach or starts spamming you with air fryer ads because you glanced at one online, you can simply turn off that identity and move on. You won't receive messages through that alias anymore, and you can rest easy knowing that your real email address and phone number aren't sitting in their database or exposed after the breach. Best of all, you can do this with as many stores as you want. You can see for yourself what Cloaked is like by clicking the link in the description below. Beyond helping with new signups, Cloaked can also remove existing personal data from data broker sites. But the masked identity system is still the provider's bread and butter. So let's continue this Cloaked review by seeing how it works in practice. As I mentioned earlier, Cloaked allows you to create an unlimited number of email and phone aliases, each one associated with a specific service or website. This is great because nowadays even a new toaster won't work without making you sign up for something. And once your aliases are in place, you can manage all their different messages inside the Cloaked app. Because every service gets its own alias, you can quickly identify where spam or suspicious messages are coming from. If one Cloaked email address becomes compromised, you can mute or delete it without changing anything about your main inbox. Phone aliases are especially useful because many services require SMS verification. Calls and texts can pass through the alias without exposing your primary phone number. While I was doing my Cloaked app review, I like that Cloaked offers a browser extension and a mobile app alongside the web app. That makes it much easier to generate new aliases whenever you need to create another account. Doing everything manually through the web app alone could become a hassle, especially if you use multiple devices. Of course, your experience with Cloaked might be different. The only way to know for sure is to try it out yourself. You can do that right away using the link below. It's no surprise that masking your phone number can reduce future spam, but Cloaked also offers a more direct solution for the spam that's already bombarding your phone. With CallGuard, you can screen unknown callers before they even reach you. The feature uses AI to answer unknown callers in real time, helping you identify scams, robocalls, and legitimate callers. So if you get an unwanted robocall, Cloaked's AI assistant will step in to settle the score. Then a virtual BattleBots match will begin over the phone. Okay, not quite like that. Instead, the AI voice assistant will ask a few short questions about who's calling and why, before deciding whether the call should come through to you. So, a legitimate caller from an unknown number, like your pizza delivery guy or your doctor, can explain to the AI assistant why they're calling. Meanwhile, a robot calling about your overdue tax payments will have a much harder time getting past your AI assistant. Additionally, you can customize each Cloaked identity by muting or restricting communication instead of blocking your entire personal inbox or phone number. These methods create two layers of protection for your identity. Aliases help prevent your real number from spreading, while CallGuard filters calls that are already targeting it. And if you're getting more robocalls than you'd like, chances are your real phone number is already exposed somewhere online. You can find out if that's the case for free using my special discount link below. Cloaked protects the information you use when creating new accounts, but it also helps manage the credentials behind them. For that, there's the encrypted password manager that can generate, store, autofill, and securely share logins. You can even use it as an authenticator app for time-based one-time passwords. The biggest advantage of Cloaked's password manager is how well it integrates with the rest of the service. When you create an account, the app can immediately generate a Cloaked email and a strong password in one fell swoop. Additionally, you can temporarily share certain credentials with someone else. The sharing process is entirely secure, and the best part is that the other person never sees your real email address because they're receiving an alias instead. But as you probably know, I've had my fair share of experience testing various password managers. Because of that, I noticed that Cloaked lacks some features that have become standard with other password managers. For example, there's no password health monitoring or emergency access to your vault. Still, I don't think that's a deal breaker. After all, I can still use this password manager to solve more common problems, like sharing my Netflix account with friends and family. I can do that securely with Cloaked while also keeping my real email address safe from unwanted messages. Once all my personal data is protected behind aliases, I can start dealing with the information that's already circulating online. Luckily, Cloaked has tools for that as well. First off, the service says it automatically removes your data from over 1,000 data brokers, people search sites, aggregators, and other sources. You can scroll through the full list if you don't believe me. Cloaked sends removal requests on your behalf and continues monitoring them to help ensure your information doesn't simply reappear later. After all, you can't trust those greedy data brokers to stay gone after the first request. Speaking of monitoring, you can keep track of everything from the Cloaked dashboard. There, you'll see where your information was found and the progress of each removal request. In addition to data brokers, Cloaked can also help you deal with data leaks and breaches. The service monitors the dark web to check whether personal information, like your social security number, appears on hacker marketplaces. If it does, you'll receive an alert. Of course, Cloaked can't exactly put the genie back in the lamp, but that's true of every identity theft protection service. I mean, you could try calling a hacker and asking them nicely to remove your data, but the results may vary. Still, that doesn't mean you should sit back and do nothing. The journey to better cybersecurity starts with one small step, and that first step could be trying out Cloaked using the link below. Anyway, since malicious hackers are unlikely to play ball with your data removal requests, no matter how nicely you ask, you also have to prepare for the worst case scenario, identity theft. So how do you protect yourself from that? Comprehensive identity theft protection certainly helps. And luckily, Cloaked includes that as part of your subscription. On top of dark web and social security number monitoring, you get exposure alerts and access to identity restoration support. Of course, those features alone can only do so much. That's why the plan also includes up to $1 million in identity theft insurance. That coverage can help with eligible expenses related to recovering from identity theft. For example, someone could use your leaked information to open a bank account in your name. Cloaked's monitoring may alert you, while restoration support can help guide you through the reporting and recovery process. Cloaked also bundles several additional tools, though this is where you start to notice that this privacy jack of all trades is a master of none. Like many online security suites, Cloaked also includes a VPN to mask your IP address and encrypt your online activity. Sounds great in theory, but in my opinion, it's a relatively simple solution that's a bit underwhelming compared to dedicated VPN services. I guess my standards are just too high. Then there are virtual payment cards, which can hide your real card number and support one-time or controlled transactions. However, this feature is currently invite only, which isn't ideal if you're new to the platform. So while these two extras are a nice addition to Cloaked's bundle, they're not the kinds of features that should be the main reason for signing up. Overall, Cloaked offers an impressive set of tools that make it easier to keep your personal details hidden. For me, email and phone number aliases are definitely the highlight. Data removal is also a nice touch that helps clean up the personal information that's already floating around online. CallGuard is especially convenient if your phone rings a little too often with spam calls. And of course, dark web monitoring and identity theft insurance are crucial for dealing with more serious situations. The cherry on top is that all these online privacy features are available in one place. That's it for this Cloaked app review. Be sure to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.